Alrighty, and we are live.
What's happening, everybody?
Yeah, I mean, come on, Caddy, we need that usual opening.
Come on, Caddy.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Sunday ARCHA Cafe. Is that better there?
There we go.
Absolutely, yes.
But no, welcome everybody coming, hanging out, joining us this evening. I hope everybody had a great week, even better weekend, and yeah.
It's all right. It's been a while since Caddy had to do the intro, so he's a little rusty.
I know, right? So,
right.
let's see.
How's it going? I mean, the market's looking pretty good from the past 2 weeks, and
Yes.
there were some pretty good profits that were made by a few traders as well. If in case any one of you are trading or probably has made some profit.
Oh, most definitely. Right now, it's been so volatile, and I mean, actually, the entire market has been, and that's where, if you have the opportunity to spend the time in that, you do get a chance. There's that, opportunity to chance to make money or lose money. I mean, depends on your strategies there, I guess. But there's Stacks. What's going on, sir?
Hey.
How you doing?
But yeah, with the market, it's been very healthy lately. Even after the news here in the U.S., they ended up increasing. What was it? 50%, 2 point hike, or what was that?
0.25.
2 point hike or 50 point. I can't talk right now. Anyway, it was good news, and obviously, it was good for the market too. What's going on, USPS?
Actually, he can tell us. He's
Yes,
all that
I know,
stuff.
right?
USPS, what happened with the government recently? Was it a 0.25% hike?
I thought they went 50. They were talking about a quarter, but I think they ultimately went 50.
If it's 50 BPS, then I guess it's a 0.5% increase.
Yep. So yeah, we had that going on, and then all the other stuff in the world right now. Oh, it was only a quarter.
Oh, no,
Thank you.
it's 25. So it's 0.25%.
Oh, I was right. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Either way, the market's been loving it too. So
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
Um,
like been a little breath of relief lately.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I'm still watching it very closely. Like as Mr. A was saying earlier, it's been opportunities to make money, but that volatility, it can go in both directions. And so far, it's been holding a pretty solid floor with where we've been at. We're definitely in better shape than what we were when we started this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, over here as well, we had our budget that has actually been announced on Feb 1st. So pretty good thing in one way, I would say, because the government is now a little, I wouldn't say too friendly as such, but they are kind of recognizing crypto as such as an asset and things. And there was no mention specifically for that in the budget, but what is actually a relief is that they have increased the tax slab rate. So a person who is earning up to a certain extent was not supposed to pay any tax and stuff. So they have increased that bracket, which I probably feel in turn would definitely see some kind of momentum that would come in the crypto investment as well, because a lot of individuals are into crypto here in India too. So that relaxation of taxation that's there, right? So that additional money that you have for you to spend might get poured in. I wouldn't say the 100% of it would definitely come down to crypto, but yeah, some amount of it, some people might definitely put in that amount to crypto. And CBDC has been so far successful, to be very frank, from India. So that's running pretty good. And on that note, I guess that we might see that CBDC getting a lot more mainstream in the coming months, I would say. So it was still in the testing phase right now, and probably if you want, you can actually go ahead and get it only from a few banks. But now that the pilot project is a successful one, in the next couple of months, say, I think it might be somewhere around June, July timeframe where a normal person will start using CBDC as well. So pretty excited for that, and how it actually comes out, how is actually the use case that we can see, because here when it comes to digital payments, right, here in India, it's pretty much well set up, to be very frank. So it's just about moving from that normal rupee that is already existing or bank to just a digital kind of a format on the blockchain. That's it. That's the entire digital side of the backend movement that ideally happens, because Here, I do not carry cash in my wallet. In fact, to be very honest, I just carry my phone, and you do have a lot of apps which just you scan your QR code, and then voila, from your bank account there is a direct deduction, and the vendor gets the amount. So, and the penetration is to such an extent that even a street vendor has that QR code available with him right now. So that digitization has kind of penetrated that market. So once that has penetrated that market, it's pretty much easy for them now to just shift over from the back-end digital currency that is there right now in the bank rupees to the blockchain one, which is USDC.
Yep. So
pretty excited. Let's see.
With some of the stuff that's going on your neck of the woods there, Mr. A, you heard about WarsX, correct? With what's been going on with them and Binance over the last week.
Yeah. I mean,
has that played
if you
a
want me
factor
to throw some
with
light on it, yeah, definitely. I'll just put across some information because that's the first exchange on the Indian platform that I again probably restarted my crypto journey. In fact, so that's the go-to platform that I had initially stages in the initial stages. It was very good and it was very friendly, user friendly, in fact, and stuff. But then later on, what happened? I think the government did have a big crackdown on a lot of exchanges and stuff, and then Binance took over WazirX. But after there was a legal battle that forayed into having certain tax evasion stuff and things like that happening here from Indian government, WazirX shifted their base of operations to Dubai entirely. So they did not have an office at all here in India. But then still the legal aspects continued to trouble it to a certain extent. That's when certain fund movements which were happening were questioned by the ED from the government side. So they directed it towards Binance, and Binance said no, we have nothing to do with it because we have not even taken over the exchange. The talks were happening, but then nothing actually went through. So there was this riff and raff between WazirX and Binance and stuff, and then probably Binance would have backed out, right? So I'm not so sure what exactly happened internally between them, but if you want to ask my personal opinion, I think Binance just eyed the market of India to gain some more subscribers or probably users through WazirX, that is, because there was a period where you could actually transfer from WazirX to Binance Exchange with zero fee altogether. So whatever you had, right? So you could just move it from here to there, and there was zero fee involved. So those are the kind of perks that you ideally had between. I've used that. I mean, so those were the perks that you had between the partnership between these two entities. But then it was always a fact that Binance would take over WazirX. That was the entire thing that was involved. And the CEO of WazirX, in fact, Nishil Shetty, he was actually a youth icon, I would say, and probably he was one who was heading the crypto board over here, or probably the bench of people who were opposing the government in terms of coming out with ridiculous amounts of taxes and stuff regarding crypto and ban and all those stuff. So he was the voice of the people, to be very frank. But then after all this debacles happened, he backed out, and then things got a little more political, to be very frank. I mean, what's money without politics, right? So once that came in, he decided to back away, and then he shifted over to Dubai, and now he has come out with his own new project. He's funding it, called it's a new blockchain. I think it's called ShareDame. I did attend one of their events here in Bangalore. So that's one part, and second is after a certain amount of time, I feel Binance did this intentionally to off-throw WazirX with all their subscribers and the users. In fact, it had a very big user base, and after this particular financial debacle happened, there were a lot of people who actually withdrew, including me, in fact, because I did not want my funds to be getting locked over there. So I did withdraw it. I did push over to Binance, and a lot of people did do the same. So I mean, it's a win situation for Binance, if you ask me, because they did gain a lot more users on their platform just because WazirX went down. But then it has not gone down completely. It's still there. It's still operating, but I don't know how long it will still stay there.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I found that earlier this week in Guardian. What's going on, BCB? Earlier this week in Guardian about that whole mess going kind of back and forth between Binance and them, and I'm like, okay, that was a good thing I wanted to bring up with you here, though. And completely off topic, but back on point. With ARCHA updates this week, There hasn't been a whole lot from last week to this week with one major change. We have already got a white paper V5.1. I don't know if you guys have caught that yet, but yes, it is in the About Archangel room. And there is a new section that has been added on. What is going on, Cypher? I'm going to end up missing, and hello all, looking good as always.
Hey, Cypher.
Was taking awkwardly long Uber home. I started getting. Oh, I hope you get to feeling better.
Oh.
I say there's definitely been some stuff going around. I know today I took advantage of the nice weather. It's been in the zeros and teens, and today was 45. And yeah, I
wore shorts walking around everywhere and everything. I'm like, man, this is so nice. I'm gonna go to the grocery store with shorts on.
You know what?
In like months.
Only Midwestern people will understand that. I've learned if you wear shorts anywhere but pretty much Illinois, Indiana in the middle of winter, they look at you like you're crazy. But you know what? You take advantage of those nice days. When it's 40 and after the teens, it feels like summer does. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it's the Midwest. Our weather can go from the 40s now back to like -10 tomorrow.
Yep.
No warning.
Imagine you wear your shorts and you go out, and then you come in with actually snow on your entire legs. You call them snow pants.
So what bulls end up getting you, BCB? I'm gonna guess some broccoli cheddar soup. I might be wrong.
I love their broccoli cheddar soup. It's
I don't think
just
you
so
should be eating
man.
broccoli cheddar.
I know it's so freaking good though, and and it comes in a bag. I know that, but oh my gosh, there's something about their broccoli cheese, especially with the bread. Oh yes, that is freaking amazing. That's love right there. Oh, well, that's awesome. Awesome. Hubby's doing his duties tonight.
Hey, you guys were talking about Binance a little while ago. Did you see that they were working with what was it? Chinese, not the Chinese military, Chinese police force. I had read an article about it a couple days ago to enhance their ability to crack down on crypto theft, crypto scammers. And so Binance was actually going in and I believe they had this course that they were using for the police force or from the investigative force to enhance their knowledge and help them do a better job of cracking down on stuff. Because I think that there is a gap, at least in the US, there seems to be a gap between what we can do to, try and find scammers or whatever versus
Well, speaking of that hot topic, so that also brings to another point. I don't know if this is just for US Coinbase users, but Coinbase is going to be down on March 3rd or 2nd or 4th, somewhere in between there. Yeah, definitely check out their website. But one thing I want to point out, I have noticed some changes happening within the space between centralized exchanges and with DeFi overall. So one thing I caught on to that Coinbase is doing, and this hasn't been publicly talked about yet, but before you could send your funds from your DeFi wallet to Coinbase, and it would be a random address that the central exchange would accept it at. Now it is isolating to specific addresses. So there has been a change, a fundamental change that has been going on, that Coinbase is now creating new tracking measures. So now what I noticed from an end user is that it doesn't matter what DeFi wallet I use, it all gets funneled through the same address at the exchange now. So it's almost as if it is attached to my Coinbase account. So what I see with that is, how you're talking about with China and Binance and how this, that these centralized exchanges are moving forward. They're finding ways. That is a move forward for Coinbase that I've noticed, that adds a little bit more tracking capability, a little bit more substance where you can see what is actually coming in. Because that was the reason why people used to use, centralized exchanges to wash funds before going to new wallets. We see it all the time in wallet tracking. That used to be the dead stop. Is okay, it went to an exchange, it's gone. We have no way to track it at that point.
Yep.
Well, now I'm telling you, if you get an opportunity, check out some of the Coinbase transactions that occur, and you'll start to see something out there that's pretty unique. What's going on, Erwin? And speaking of that, you know, we just talked a little bit about Coinbase, so I feel like I need to talk a little bit about MetaMask as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, one of the things that's been going on within the ecosystem is there's been hellacious movement. There's no better term for that. Between the NFTs and all the different collections that's come out and their utility that it's going to be used for the game day coming up, which is 20 days away, as a matter of fact. Yeah, it's coming up quick. And I think Joe had dropped earlier today the tracker update. And I'm starting to see a lot of wallets starting to get to where, you know, they're going to be part of this. That's amazing to watch all that start pulling together. But one thing I wanted to see here, and Quester, am I able to present screen share here?
I think you have to ask permission, but yes. Like, I think it was, like, I'm pretty sure, like, either me or Mr. Aslan has to accept it. You should be able to, yeah.
All right, give me one. Oh, wow, this is completely different from this side. It's not. Let's see, entire monitor. We'll just do that. Why not, right? There we go. So one of the things that we've been talking about here is we want people to truly learn the power of MetaMask. So, you know, one big difference between Coinbase wallet and MetaMask wallet, right? And I know somebody who can vouch on this experience. So MetaMask wallet is a true self-custody wallet. It is self-managed. There is nobody who owns the keys to that wallet except for you. And that is one of the biggest blessings with MetaMask. And as we're seeing the spaces move forward, a lot of different projects, they're truly focusing in on the use of MetaMask. And the reason being is Coinbase, don't get me wrong, Coinbase wallet is great entry point for beginners in the space, but it is not true full self-custody. And as much as they try to promote that, there's a reason why it's not. I know somebody who I helped out with an instance about a year ago, maybe 6 months ago, a year ago, to where they accidentally sent funds from a Coinbase wallet to a wrong Coinbase exchange account. They sent it to the wrong contract address for the exchange. Well, if it was true full self-custody, we all know what happens when that does occur. It is your responsibility to make sure you're sending the correct address. If you send to the wrong, your funds are lost. Well, miraculously enough, that this person was able to recover those funds from Coinbase. Coinbase went in and said, hey, we see the transaction, we see it went to the wrong address, but since you sent it from a Coinbase wallet, we can help you. So one of the things that was discovered back then is Coinbase wallet itself is not a true full self-custody wallet. With that is a big key difference between Meta and, you know, MetaMask and Coinbase. Now, Trust Wallet, I can't vouch a lot for. I know, Quester, do you still use Trust Wallet a lot?
Yeah, I use them, but more frequently I've been using the Coinbase wallet for the NFTs because buying NFTs on Trust Wallet is a pain in the butt. I don't know why. So I'll do it for my normal crypto transactions, but NFTs, Coinbase wallet all the way, because it is so much more convenient and so much easier to deal with. I don't know why. You just are such a pain.
Yeah. Now, here's the one thing I also want to bring up, since we're talking how you're talking about your NFTs with Coinbase wallet. Guys, we have also learned that Coinbase wallet and iPhone users, you all got some hurdles to be overcoming. The reason being is iPhone, they want their cut, they want their piece. Until Coinbase can figure out how to do that, they have halted all NFT transactions from an iPhone directly. So you can you can't even transfer an NFT from an iPhone Coinbase wallet. So again, there's that regulation kind of coming into play. iPhone's like, nope, we're stomping our foot on this. You're not going to be able to do that. So guys, one of the things that we've been learning is we're trying to discover what is the easiest way, most efficient way to get into DeFi, but still hold true to that DeFi experience where you own your keys. Because everybody in crypto for a long time knows this saying, if it's not your keys, it's not your tokens. 100% true. And many learned that in 2022 when a lot of exchanges and things started to collapse because they thought that was their funds until they found out, guess what? You don't own it. So with that, one of the biggest hurdles is, MetaMask, people are talking about it, but they're like, hey, I can't see my NFTs from the browser extension. Now, you can see your NFTs from a MetaMask mobile wallet, but from the browser extension, that is true. You cannot see your NFTs. But guys, I'm going to show you something real quick that will help you figure this out. And guess what? You can see your NFTs from MetaMask. It's just not the wallet directly. And what I'm talking about is the MetaMask portfolio. So if you do use the browser extension MetaMask, you can come down right below your assets here, the assets and activity tab. And there's something that says portfolio site. And we're going to click that real quick. Now, when you first visit this, you're going to get the option. I must have closed that window out. So you're going to get the option of being able to either connect your MetaMask wallet directly, which, don't get me wrong, a lot of people don't mind that because it's a direct connection with you and Meta still. This is their portfolio site. One of the best things, and this is a tool that I loved about Xerion. I used to be a big Xerion user. The main reason was I didn't have to actually connect a wallet. I could punch an address in and I could monitor that wallet. Guess what? MetaMask portfolio does the same thing. So if you are not confident on doing a wallet connect, and I don't recommend that overall, the least you connect your wallet, the more secure it stays. So you can even put in just your wallet address at the bottom and import it. And all this is read only. But once you get your wallets in here, let's see here, which one? We're going to look at this. There is a tab to where you can actually see all your NFTs still from MetaMask on a desktop. So that is one thing I wanted to point out. And if you got some of these spoofed, sorry, I guess spoofed ain't the right word I'm looking for. These airdrops or dusting NFTs, they do exist. There is a very simple thing to do. I've hit already like a dozen of these in my wallet, but when you're in here and if you see something that you are unfamiliar with, you can always get them out of your site too. All you got to do is hover over one of them and you'll see the 3 dots or the hamburger icon. You click it, click hide. And guess what? It's out of sight. Now, the other thing I love is the data that they actually pull. They pull the about. They pull a lot of details about the NFT itself. And guys, as we're getting further into the NFT and the games, I highly recommend learning a little bit more about this. It's very easy to come see all your NFTs in one place, and it gives you that flexibility of browser extension or mobile wallet, depending on your preference. So with that, you can still do other things. You can still buy tokens or different tokens and assets as long as they are available. Now, I got a feeling this is still attached with CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap somewhere along the way. So if the project's not listed, you're not seeing those assets. I tried to search for a few earlier. Some popped up, some didn't. So, oh wait, no, that was the buy one. You can buy, depending on the country you live in, there's the swap. They also have a bridge built into this as well now. So that was something they have within their wallet. You can also stake directly from the from this itself. Some other things I just want to touch base real quick to get people comfortable with is you can do either a light mode or dark mode. You can set the minimum dollar amount of assets that you want to appear. What is some other big things here? So you can also view all your transactions, of course, on Etherscan. That should be expected. You can click on the assets and actually have a decent charting ability as well.
Yep.
So, for the ease of use, if you're looking for something directly from your wallet, MetaMask offers a great portfolio to be able to still access those NFTs from a desktop or PC.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Hold on, I used Coinbase. I saw my first 2 NFTs, but once I bought the third, they all disappeared. But now the last 2 I bought show up. But I got quite a few dusting NFTs in my wallet.
I know what the issue is with this. The thing is, whenever you purchase a new NFT as such, you need to first connect to OpenSea so that the metadata gets pulled into your Coinbase wallet. So the first time you want to view your NFT, you need to connect or probably open it in OpenSea, and then it gets updated in your wallet itself. So, Coinbase has that weird mechanism wherein it shows sometimes and then it doesn't show sometimes. But this portfolio app, I've used it only a couple of times, to be very honest. MetaMask is something which I do not use often. I usually stick to Coinbase on the ETH side and Trust Wallet for the Binance side of things. Although I do not trade much, so it's just about purchasing when I want to buy any crypto as such, and just keep it in the wallet lying there till the time it is for me to actually go ahead and sell it. So apart from that, I mean, if NFTs as such particularly, I always prefer to use it through MetaMask and the desktop itself, be it a purchase, be it a sale. I prefer to do it through the desktop because it's much more reliable, in fact, and I seldom use my mobile phone for such transactions. So yeah, I mean, with the portfolio that MetaMask has, I think they have a very good option in terms of the amount of detailing that they provide when it comes to your individual assets, the value, and even your NFTs and the data that Caddy just showed in terms of pulling the description, the metadata, and the details of the NFTs as well. Coinbase also has a little bit of details, but it doesn't have too much of details as the portfolio app on MetaMask has. But yes, if it's desktop that I'm using, then I'll definitely stick on to MetaMask, in fact, because that's the easiest way, and the connection itself, if you look at it, it's much more reliable. And for people who are wondering, okay, I use Trust Wallet on my phone, and now should I have to go ahead and create a new wallet in my MetaMask to go and to use it? No, you don't need to. All you need to do is just get your seed phrase and input that seed phrase when you're installing your MetaMask extension. Just choose the option of import to your wallet, and you will have an option to enter the seed phrase, the 12 word or 16 word or 24 word, whatever it is that your seed phrase is, and voila, your wallet is now on MetaMask. But
Thank
one
you,
more
Mr.
thing
Ed.
that I want
was
to
one
add.
thing I was going to hit
Yeah,
too. I wanted to make sure people understood that they don't need to transfer. Now, guys, we don't really ever recommend putting your seed phrase out anywhere. But if you hold 30 NFTs in that wallet, you're going to pay a transfer fee. If you want to pay the 50 cents to $3 per one to transfer, great. That's up to you, but you don't need to do that. Right now, I actually have the same wallet on Coinbase, Meta. That's the thing, guys. With your Coinbase and MetaMask, they're just user interfaces to the blockchain itself. So your wallet exists on the Ethereum network. It doesn't matter how you access it. That's the great thing about it is, and that goes for the same with ledgers and such as well. If you ever lose or break a ledger and you have that seed phrase, you can still recover that straight to a MetaMask wallet. Just remember, at that point, you lost the integrity of your hardware wallet. So keep that in mind. But that's the other thing too. Oh, speaking of hardware wallets, I know I'm on it tonight. That is a great, awesome tool that MetaMask has been introducing. It was in beta testing over the last year. I am seeing more frequent use of it. Is you can now directly connect your hardware wallet to MetaMask. And what does that allow you to do? Guys, that gives you the flexibility. If any site takes MetaMask, you can use your hardware wallet and adds a second layer of authenticity and security to your assets. So if you're in the game long term, I don't say game, but if you're in crypto, in this industry long term, and you do utilize hardware wallets, guys, you are able to use it more now than just for long-term storage, because we all remember how much of a PITA it was to be able to use your hardware wallet to kind of engage in daily activities. Well, guys, MetaMask had they have been working on simplifying that too overall. So it's tested, tried and true. I've used my Elapal with it. I've used the Ledger with it. I love it.
Yeah, I know a few of them who have been using Ledger for quite a few months with MetaMask, in fact. So it's as simple as, in your MetaMask extension itself, you have an option which says that you can connect your Ledger. So you just need to choose that option and then connect your hardware device, authenticate it once, and then voila, you are connected. And then you carry out the transactions, and every time you actually want to approve the transaction, you are not going to do it directly on your MetaMask, but you're actually doing it in your hardware wallet device itself. So
yeah, if one of you guys want to pull my screen up real quick, I'll show what I'm talking about, where this is accessible in MetaMask. Yeah. So guys, when you click on your browser extension, the first thing that is going to pop up is the wallet itself. Maybe. There we go. And from within here, there is the option, if you click under your accounts, to connect hardware wallet. And that's what we're talking about here, guys. It gives you a lot of amazing options for Trezor, Ledger, Lattice.
Yeah. They're one more company.
I got to learn a little bit about them. And then of course QR based for your LPALs for
any other hardware wallet which is not a Ledger or a Trezor. That's it.
Pretty much, right?
Like Wallet Connect.
But
yeah.
I know that one threw me off too. But again, guys, that's one thing where we are in an industry that is being innovative. So don't be surprised if you're seeing new names pop up all the time.
Oh yeah.
No, Joe. I've heard about the company, but I do not use Lattice as such. But they're in the business for quite some time. These guys are in the business for quite some time.
Oh wait, I have heard of this one. I didn't recognize the name. I know the Grid Plus, but that's actually pretty sexy. Okay, I definitely need to learn a little bit about this because I do see that it has a card reader built into it. So
yeah, that's one of the models. They do have some military grade security also involved, and they kind of look like those what do you say, the fingerprint attendance kind of a system, right? So they're pretty big, they're bulky.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if it gives more of a focus towards a business or enterprise or retail.
Yes, exactly. I was about to say that they're more focused on the commercial side of stuff rather than individual wallets kept maintained and stuff. And I guess they have this mechanism where your card is actually the key that you can access your wallet to. So that's a device that will be stationed. So you can use your card as entry point access to your wallet. So it's just a single device that multiple users can actually use. So
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they have a different mechanism to it. So all you need to do is, instead of carrying your ledgers or anything as such, you just have this in your house fixed somewhere, and all you need to do is carry your key card. And that particular key card will act as an interface for you to access your wallet, do your transactions and all those stuff. So whenever the card is inserted into the device, you can do your transactions, and then anyone of your family member wants to do that, then they'll just have to insert their card into it. So I don't know the limitation of how many amount of cards that it can hold and stuff like that. I haven't gone through that in much detail, but that's where they're aiming at. And I guess they are actually looking more into the banking setup. That's what I know of from whatever I know. I have read about them. So they're kind of looking into the section where you have these crypto ATMs and stuff, right? Similar to that kind of a concept, they want to use these kind of devices wherein they just issue cards, or the banks can issue cards and stuff. So all you need to do is carry out the card and just go to these kind of devices. You just do your transactions and then come back. So either it's a point of sale or ATM as such that they're planning to look at in the long run.
Yeah, the only thing I'm kind of concerned about is, and this is just because I'm oblivious to this, I don't know anything about this product yet, but from what I just read is, what happened, is it's the same as your seed phrase? If you lose, if you lose or damage your hardware wallet, can you still recover it via seed phrase?
I think so. I'm not so sure. Haven't gone through that in too much of detail, to be very frank.
Well, I'm definitely going to peel through it because the first thing I've seen is that the only way to access it is with the card attached to the wallet. And that's a little concerning. Given, I'm a bike rider. What if I'm out there, I hit some weather, I get some water in my wallet, my card somehow becomes unrenderable, because we all know my bank card at Walmart just does not like to work. Plain and simple. It'll work everywhere else. But I go there and I'm constantly jabbing at someone gun in and it just doesn't want to work. So that would be a concern for me. Now, again, it may not be a concern at all because I'm sure there's a fail-safe, but I want to learn more about this.
Right.
Yeah, that's an interesting one to
read
more
there is
about.
one more hardware wallet which I personally like a lot, especially with the amount of military-grade security and the way that it's actually built, and it's a totally cold storage wallet. It's from Engrave, and recently Binance has actually been financing them as well. They had this one single model particularly which costs you somewhere around $250-$300 but it's a totally cold storage wallet, and whatever you want to go ahead and add, or it has this 4.5 inch touchscreen, and whatever you want to do as a transaction and stuff, it's just it has a camera which scans your QR code, and that's it. You don't need to connect your wallet through Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or even your USB cable. There is no connection as such involved at all. So it's a totally cold storage wallet, and whatever transactions you do can actually happen through the device itself entirely.
Yeah, it's scary. Looking at the design, right now it doesn't seem like the framework it is capable of that commercial retail setup. But I'm telling you, when you look aesthetically at this, I see this replacing the credit card readers, long term.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
And if you think about it, that concept is truly ingenious, because you're still taking the technology we use every day that people are comfortable with, a card in their wallet, and they are so used to going up and being able to tap or put it in, swipe, whatever. This gives that same familiarity, but it's still anonymous because the card is only connected to a wallet. It's not connected to your bank. Yep. So that's pretty awesome. I wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah,
nice and interesting thing.
Well, there you have it. We all learned something together tonight.
Oh yeah. Checking out that engraved one right now.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to get into trouble with that. So, one thing again, ARCHA NFTs though.
Yes.
The game begins 20 days from today.
Yep.
That's right.
So if you are trying to get in on that, there's 6 different NFTs to collect, one from each of the... Am I still correct on that, Miss B? I know that they've been, there's been other collections coming out, but I think it still sticks with the babes, the brutes, the pups, the futures, the pixels, and the dragons.
Yes, 6. Yep. There's the ultimates, but those aren't part of the 6 that you need to qualify for Game Pass.
Right, those are just sexy anyway. So, I tried to purchase one the night they were released, and when I looked at the very first 1 minute, I'm like, oh, it's available. I go to buy it, right? Nope, it's been sold. I tried to make an offer.
Maybe it was a joke.
No, I know. I go to try to make an offer on it, thinking that, hey, maybe we'll just see. Let's see if someone's willing to make a quick flip. Heck no, that got denied quick.
Speaking of
NFTs, still send them an enticing offer though, Caddy.
I'm sorry, what was that, Mr. A?
I said you could still send them an enticing offer. Let go of NFT.
Let's see.
I'll give you 2 ETH.
That's what I mean.
Oh man, it's been a while since I've seen
loan it out.
That's enticing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Listen, Cypher saying who needs homes? I know. I actually got 2 of them already.
I have 2.
I still haven't gotten any because what happens with me is like I go in and I'm like, all right. Like last week, I was like, all right, I'm going to get home. And then I'm like, well, these astronauts are pretty cool. Oh, I like the robots. And then there goes everything. And I was like, well, next paycheck.
Yeah. I know. I ended up, I had some ETH. I was going through consolidating some wallets down, and I found, I think it was like $150. And I'm like, you know what? I think it's time to go buy some NFTs. And the next thing I know, I had like 7 in my cart. And I'm like, all right, now I got to dumb this down a little bit. I went too hard.
Yep.
Is that when you qualified though? Is that when you like wrapped up your collection and now you can do Game Pass? You're qualified,
yep.
right?
I got in there. And the thing about it was, as I was actually already working on building it up, I forgot to set my name on OpenSea. So like I just went in OpenSea, got the stuff rolling.
Yeah.
And then Joe drops in that night in the chat saying, "Oh, Caddy got his first NFT." I'm like, "Wait, what?" No, I got my last NFT. So yeah, I realized what I did.
Watching you, Caddy. He's watching you.
Oh, I know. But there's so many. We have to show these guys. I mean, we just can't let that go because
there's another set that got released. Like
another set?
ARCHA Colony, yeah, and ARCHA Futures.
Stop! I can't keep up with this.
I just opened OpenSeas just to look at the ultimate was there, and I see the colonies, and I'm like, well, all right.
Oh, see, I
already grabbed mine, and also the masks as well, like ARCHA masks. So I already got my 5 in the wallet. So
Joe's got a good point. They are going up in price. So think about that too.
Yeah, I know.
$6-7 increase doesn't seem like much, but
oh yeah, it can be
that many. Yeah.
I was gonna say it can be quite a bit. That's why I'm like I have the 5, but I'm gonna obviously whittle it down. But gosh,
I just want
so
dragons, but I need to save my money for other things. For other NFTs that are coming.
I kind of went a little crazy on the dragons.
How many dragons do you have, Caddy? I want to. You have that's going crazy. 3 is going crazy.
I think we did have a look at them. Right? We did have a look at them just a few minutes before when he was showing us the portfolio.
I was going to say, give me 1 second. I'll pull it back up here, guys. Let's see. Okay. Hold on, because I'm going to pull that up. And I also have the ARCHA features. Yeah, so I got a couple things to show real quick here. So let's get presenting again. There we go.
Is this connected to my wallet still? Or?
Wait.
Okay. There we go. Okay. So yeah. Here's my collection. I got two houses up there. There's just something about that color scheme that if you know me, blues and purples and you throw in hints of orange, I'm gonna get in trouble. So but that and then the 3 dragons. So when they dropped, there was a couple of them. Me and somebody else was battling, and he's here hanging out in our chat tonight with us. But I would start to build a list of the ones I want, and then I would go to check out, and it says, "Hey, this one in your card's been sold. This one in your card's been sold." And I'm like, you know what? And so I just started looking around and peeling through a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, some of the dragons, they are just freaking amazing. Let's see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. But yeah, and shout out to the guys that's been working on this. Some people from the ARCHA community. I know Storm, his brother. Joe, he's been working on some of this stuff as well. It's amazing what's coming out. And when I say that, guys, the reason why I say that is if for the NFTs that originally came out, and if they were not sold, they were getting cycled through.
Yep.
So I seen he said, "Yep, look at the futures." So we got ARCHA futures up right now. And was it you, Quester, that was dropping some of these the other day?
Yep, I got.
One. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure those 4 right there at the top. Those 4 right there, I'm pretty sure are mine.
Wait a minute.
I also have 2 knots, like astronauts.
I haven't seen these.
Okay, sorry. I was like, wait a minute, are these all sold out? Because normally my sold shows up at the bottom, not the top.
Mine shows. I was gonna say mine only shows the ones that are available, unless like there's the filter for it, but I don't have the filter.
You just need to click on buy now.
Yeah, I like to look to see which ones have sold because I'm like, you know what? It's been this game all along. Okay. Like I'm battling somebody out there, and I know who I'm battling, but I'm not going to put names to it. But congratulations on some of the NFTs you got. I guess I was slow with the trigger finger.
Gotta be quicker than that.
But yeah, and that I know you guys already talked about this with Joe's talking about how they were $24 in December, and now they're up to 33. Guys, imagine when ETH gets back up into the 3s, hell, even in the 2s. It's one of those things. But the value of this, and keep in mind that these are limited series, and it's not just being launched with 500 and forgot about. They're going through and they're recycling them. So the ones that don't sell is going to get some new artwork. The one thing about that is it constantly keeps it appealing. There's always something new coming out with it. But once these are sold out, guys, we all know what happens with the floor price. And then they sell out, and look at trends. Look at historical data.
I think that creates some FOMO.
Yeah, what is FOMO?
Fear of missing out on the most latest awesome designs. Is that too many letters?
No, and the reason why I say that is for the newcomers too, because that doesn't understand what FOMO and the words that we don't like, FUD, which I seen on a package of cookies the other day at the store that was called FUD.
You know what? The moment you bring out that word FUD, right? Something just rings my bell. And on my regular day job, we had this monthly town hall that usually happens, right? So I was amazed to see this particular term FUD being used over there, and I was like, okay, since when did corporate companies start using this particular term? Because it's more related to crypto and stuff. So, and then they were like, okay, we are also looking into the technology of blockchain and things. So we are definitely going to look into certain aspects, because when it comes to market research and stuff, that amount of data is pretty huge, right?
Oh yeah.
So they need to store it someplace safe and secure. So
here's one
they
thing.
are looking actively out, and probably, I don't know, I wouldn't name my company, but you might see a few posts opening up towards blockchain technology on the websites for a job posting. So that probably Guardian is the best place to go ahead and view them.
Yep.
So if you're looking for a blockchain job, then Guardian does have this job portal available, wherein it just collates all those open jobs, open positions, or probably potential career aspects that you can pick up from various other companies, banks, or any other institutions who are offering such blockchain related jobs. So do check that out as well.
Well, here's one thing about it. Any C-suite, any executive out there, if they have not learned the terminology within this industry yet, that may not be a company you want to work for. And here's why I say that, guys, is many innovative companies, they understand what technology can do and where it's heading, right? So if anybody's trying to stick up or keep up with the times, they should be aware of what digital assets are. I mean, and so when you start hearing that type of term start coming from your uppers, that has to be a good feeling, because now you're like, all right, somebody is involved with the space. Somebody has eyes on this for one reason or another. And there's so many good things out there that you can, books, resources, everything to learn more about what's going on. Joe turned the community onto a book a few weeks ago, the Metaverse Handbook. Yep. And I'll tell you what, I finally broke down. I went, picked it up. I couldn't put the book down. Like, seriously. It covers so many great topics and things that you wouldn't think of. But guys, I'm here to tell you, the technology itself is not new. We're just finally at a point where society is willing to accept the advancements that are occurring. AR, VR, virtual reality has been around for decades. AI has been around for decades. Oh, speaking of AI, again, check out that white paper V.1 or V5.1. Now, let's see. We'll be doing a 3-way bingo in March. We'll randomly select 3 sub collections and then pull 15 minted NFTs from each one. Every wallet and owner who lands on a number in all 3 collections will win $50. Woo!
That's
nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's sweet.
Heck yeah. I'll take $50 in ETH, especially because guess what? That might be worth 100, 150. You all know the drill. So maybe I've had too much caffeine today, guys. I'm sorry.
How many cups have you had?
We not talk about that. That's like, you don't ask a woman her age. You don't ask how much coffee we've had.
I think that's a fun.
You're just showing the tin. You don't know what's inside it, right?
Exactly.
Swift kick in the butt's what it is. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I think I've covered everything that I needed to at this point. Am I forgetting anything, Miss B?
Let's see. Well, no, I don't think anything in particular, but I'm sure that you've noticed that all of the updated documents that have gone into ARCHA have also mentioned Guardian quite a bit in them.
Mm-hmm.
And if people are reading them and reading them again, maybe reading them a third time for reading comprehension, you'll see that there's more and more of a tie-in between Archangel and Guardian.
Guys,
pulling the ecosystem in a really amazing direction.
Exactly. And that's been the concept, since ARCHA launched. There has been 2 different models to become part of the ecosystem, whether it is an epic or an external feature or external project. And when I say epics are labeled as internal projects to the ecosystem. And what you're witnessing within the white paper and the way these integrations, guys, we've been saying this all along, integration, innovation. Yeah. And we have seen the earliest components come out within Guardian, within ARCHA. We have the NFT series that launched within ARCHA. We have the staking pool that has evolved since day one. With Guardian, we launched with a basic set of utilities, but we still had utility there. I'm telling you, if you've seen Guardian on day one and you go look at it today, and you come back in maybe a month, I am not promising no timelines. I'm putting that out here now. I don't make promises we can't keep, and I cannot say that yet, but keep checking up with Guardian and with the moves that are going on, because there's constantly changes being brought onto the platform. Miss Brett is out there, Joe's out there, I'm out there, we're all out there looking and discovering ways for the platform to grow and evolve. And guys, that's the one thing that platform was built on, was to be agnostic, to be able to pivot with the industry, because it changes so rapidly. And on behalf of the Guardian team, we are witnessing that firsthand. We are seeing how fast things can move in the space and how fast they can pivot. And we embrace that. And this entire ecosystem embraces that. And if that's why I'm saying, there was Quester, last week you got to announce a new white paper out. Well, here we are another week later, and we're talking about an update to that version.
Yep.
It's just how fast, things move. Some of the Guardian team, we've had eyes on certain technologies out there since conception. And when I say that is, I got the opportunity to utilize some amazing things in November, December, when that very first came out. And I am still utilizing some of that today. And I'm seeing the power within a lot of the technologies that are coming, moving forward. And there's a lot of parallels that can occur here. So one thing with ARCHA itself, with the entire ecosystem, we're always about collaboration and ways to be innovative. And you're going to start seeing all that pull together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some very exciting things that will be coming up. So,
actually, we have a couple things that are might be happening sooner rather than later. We've been talking about. So, and like we've talked about for months now that 2022 is over, we've seen that collaboration and partnerships with other like-minded projects are really important.
Yep.
It's really important to make a two-way street on that too. It's not just, looking to have projects come in, go on stage 5, all that stuff. It needs to be a two-way street, that collaboration. So that's what we have going on with some other projects. We're talking to them to see where some partnerships or some collabs can happen. And
I do want to
we're looking good.
Yeah, and I want to put this out there too. It's not just projects that we're opening doors with. We're also opening doors with other businesses, with actually, things that may not be directly Web3 or blockchain, but can exist parallel with the space. So, one thing is, no rock is unturned. That is one thing I love about with you guys, with everything that's gone on. We've all been here for some time within this ecosystem, and I'm telling you, I haven't seen anything else like it still to this day. I mean, we made it through some tough freaking times out here in this industry, some of the worst seen yet. Yeah. And we're still here a year and a half later having conversations together.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So, hey, Caddy, the story you told earlier about somebody sending from a Coinbase wallet to...
Yes.
That was me.
I know.
You didn't doubt me in that story, but that was me, and that was way back earlier in my crypto experience, and that just goes to show that even with what did I have? I'd probably been in crypto for maybe 6 months, something like that, with these projects, that there are so many flipping steps to take in some processes. You might miss one. Yep. And that was one thing that I went click, 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 steps 1 through whatever. And then the one thing that I missed was it made me have to call Coinbase. So,
jeez.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, guys. I have to bring this up, but yes, Miss Red, this is the one thing, a lot of the stories that I talk about, and when I get an opportunity to discuss experiences, 90% of them do happen within our community. And that is one thing I love, being able to help our community out, because it's a learning experience, not only for them, but for me as well. And where, what direction can a situation go? Because I remember, Miss B, I told you that I can't guarantee that they can help you. But since there is a connection of Coinbase Wallet and Coinbase Centralized Exchange, there is that 1 in a million chance. And if they were true self-custody, they wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. So that was the light bulb that kicked on with me right there. It is like, wait a minute, you are not, you can still control funds that I sent from a wallet to a wrong, to the abyss, and you can retrieve them. That's not DeFi. That's not decentralized.
There you go.
But sorry guys, one thing I just got a little note on, another book, another tip of out there of one to go read, and it's called Life After Google by George Gilder. The Fall of Big Data and the Rise of the Blockchain Economy. You're going to get me in trouble. I'm going to have to go get a Barnes & Noble card or something. I think I've walked more in that store now than I have in my entire life.
Employees are going to start knowing you by name.
Oh, they already do when I went in and asked about blockchain stuff. So, and that just always opens doors.
So you're saying you're going to walk back into this week and they're going to be like, oh, we actually have some new releases. Come this way.
Section.
show you the section and everything.
Yeah. You know what?
Any of these interest you?
I took the slip off the book. Just because of the way I read, I didn't want to damage it. But guys, the first book that we were talking about, let me get it off the light there, is the Metaverse Handbook, Innovating the Internet Next Tectonic Shift. I'm telling you guys, if you want your mind blown, and if you are, if you have no knowledge of the metaverse, or even if you think you have a keen grasp, I still recommend taking this book for a read. I almost said for a ride. Or for a ride, I'm just saying, it's something worth looking into. It's got me to the point where I couldn't put it down. And I don't say that about books. If you know me well enough, put me in a screen, not in a book.
Did you pick up the other one, the first one that Joe told us about a while ago, by Dave Ramsey, Baby Steps to Millionaires?
No, I have not.
I ordered it, and it should be coming in soon. Just
when you're done with it, we may have to swap.
Okay.
Oh, he's saying for the Life After Google, that one is $13 for a hardback. That's actually a really good price, because I paid, I think it was almost $30 for that one. I think it was $28, but it was well worth every dollar of it.
I think there's a space right where I'm looking at you, like to your left on the screen, where you can put a bookcase. We want to start seeing that bookcase fill up in your office.
Forget about that.
The thing is, you can do that.
Stuff that belongs back here that is just not here during our stream. This is my war room. That is the best way I can put this. This is my battle station down here.
Or the problem is, you get one of those small ones, and not even half of the first shelf is filled. So it's gonna look really bad.
Yeah,
that's gonna have to buy even more books.
Yeah, I might just have to buy 9 books instead of putting them as a bookshelf. Just lay them on their edge, stand them up, and yeah. Let's see. In this one, he also dropped another one. Baby Steps to Billionaires is awesome.
Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to know, so that's no problem.
Any excuses of not knowing? You know what? That leaves enough mystery and intriguing, and curiosity right there. But another one that he was mentioning is Blockchain Life, Making Sense of the Metaverse, NFTs, Cryptocurrency, Virtual Reality, Augmented Reality, and Web3.
We might have to put together an ARCHA Guardian reading list.
Yeah.
Yeah, a book club.
There we go.
A book club. There we go.
Yeah. And I never really thought that, but I gotta say, after all the screen time I have been getting over the last 12 months, it was nice to pick up a book. I have to say that. It was nice to finally say, hey, I'm shutting these down. I'm getting out of this. Oh, hold on. That one just came out November of 2022. Okay, so that has some very current data in there right now.
Yeah. Relevance. Yeah.
And yeah, that's the other thing too, guys. I know that the one that I showed earlier, that one's also fairly recent because it talks a lot about the what happened in 2021, 2022. Matter of fact, when was the first date of this? I don't know. Oh, I gotta take a look now. But like I said, I know it was not that long ago.
April 19th, 2022.
You found it already?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I was looking it up while you were looking. I was like, one of us is going to get it.
So that's actually funny. So this book came out. Wait a minute. This book came out 10 days after Guardian launch.
Yep.
Oh.
That's good to know. I did not know that.
Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. So, alrighty, guys. I think I'm done rambling because I feel like that is all I have done tonight. And yeah. That one is April, May 22 as well. So, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of definitely some good details in here. If anything, I will say one thing. A lot of the information in this book will stay relevant for quite some time. It talks a lot about the history of things that, have been around for quite a while that we just may not know publicly. I think that's about all I'm going to say on that one. You want to know more? Grab the book.
Pretty nice. Pretty cool. So are you ready to call it a night and wrap it up for the next week?
Yeah, I guess we have covered all the topics as well as the updates.
Got some pretty nice information now as well.
Yeah, and Joe has actually posted a few of the Amazon links to some of these good books.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Yeah, if anyone's interested, go get them. Have a read.
He put it on the Telegram, right?
Yes, he
Yeah.
put it on the official Archangel Telegram.
Okay, I'll put those links. I don't know if it'll do it for you, Mr. Aslan, but I'll put the links for that stuff on my side.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty big, so
For
When
the
you
cafe.
Cluster, if it's going to more than one channel, if you do it should default to all channels. So I've made that mistake before. I drop one thing and it posts on your channel. Aslan's on mine.
nah, that's fine. Anyways, the stream is on all the 2 channels. I guess it should be okay with the comments as well. But I don't know if this much length will
Let me try it.
make it to the comment section. Let me just try that.
For the links?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay.
There
There
they
we
are.
go. I was gonna put them in the description.
I don't know.
That's just as good. It's all right.
Okay, no, I guess it got split into 2. So, you can see. I guess we'll have to probably use a link shot now.
So yeah, thank you, Joe, for the good tidbits on the books. If it's anything as good as the first recommendation you made, I'll be happy. I'll be glad to get some of these. So,
Yep.
Oh yeah. This is just I was gonna say that's good stuff to have around, and also it's also a good thing to use for your non-crypto buddies.
mm-hmm.
True.
Hey, I got this
It's a
book.
conversation
Give it
starter,
a
if
read.
you ask me. In certain
Yeah.
of those, so-called parties where you do not want to be part of the actual party crowd and you just want to sit aside, relax, and just enjoy the environment. You just hold this book out and sit down by the couch, and then someone comes up to you and says, "Okay, hey, what you reading?" And then you start the conversation with blockchain and crypto, and then bring them out to ARCHA NFTs and show them Guardian. And finally, by the end of the session, he or she would have invested around $100 or $150 to ARCHA. That's it.
Yes.
Goals. Absolute goals. Right.
Oh, yeah.
You just
Alrighty,
sit by the
guys.
coffee shop, holding the book in your hand, and then sipping a cup of coffee, and then someone walks up to you and asks, "Hey, you into blockchain as well?" And then start off from there.
That as well, yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, guys. I think I for real think I'm done.
I'm having deja vu moment with.
All right, you want to do the honors of an outro?
Go ahead, Caddy.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Put me on the spot. No, first of all, thank you guys. I see right now we're down to 6 viewers. We had, I think, up to 10 or 12 in here at one point, guys. Thank you for coming and hanging out, spending some of your Sunday with us. It's always been fun. It's been a blast. I'm glad to see Miss Ray. You're feeling better, Quester. You killed it last week, sir.
Yes.
And Miss Brad, pleasure always.
Always a pleasure to be here with you boys.
Yeah, we're always around. That's the thing. If I'm not active, guys, I promise you I am still around, because it's when I'm quiet is when y'all need to be worried.
We know something's coming.
Yeah, something's happening one way or another. And good things. You know, it's always been, the goal is to constantly bring innovation to our ecosystem. And that's what we're constantly trying to do. Rather we're building it internally or finding, you know, third-party development that can help assist us with it. You know, that's a big part of what we do and what we're trying to get out there. We want to remain relevant with the space and keep up with the pace of the industry. So thankful to be here with you guys through it all, and with the community as well. Thank you again for all your support. BCB, Joe, I know Stacks was here earlier. He said good night. A lot of the OGs. So thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
All right. Was that good enough for you?
Good. See you guys next week.
Yep.